Welcome back to Headlines. I'm Wes Austin, and these are today's top stories. Secret Service Director Kimberly Cheadle resigned on Tuesday after admitting that the Secret Service failed their duties at Trump's rally on July 13th. She testified before the House Oversight Committee on Monday, where both Republicans and Democrats were calling on her to resign. She had a tough time walking after that hearing was over. During the hearing, Chairman James Comer said this:
"The safety of Secret Service protectees is not based on their political affiliation. That under Director Cheadle's leadership, we question whether anyone is safe."
Why was Cheadle hired in the first place? It's because with the current administration, incompetence isn't just tolerated, it's a prerequisite. The Secret Service has now changed their motto from protect and serve to protect yourself and swerve. How did they take out Biden? Well, they threatened to forcibly remove him unless he stepped down. Nancy doesn't mess around. You know you're in trouble when she starts asking where her hammer is. It's being reported that the reason why the Democrats let Biden debate Trump was not to win, but to lose. A source said that debate was a setup to convince Democrats that he couldn't run for president. You guys could have just asked us. We could have told you. Imagine your own party humiliating you in front of the entire country on purpose. It's like pushing your grandpa into a mosh pit at a metal concert and then calling your friends over to watch. When Biden insisted he was staying in, leading Democrats threatened to forcibly remove him using the 25th Amendment. It's rumored that had Biden not stepped down, the next step was to have him spend a weekend with the Clintons. George Clooney has endorsed Kamala Harris. Oh, are you confused about Clooney's position on things? Let's break it down. First, Clooney had a huge fundraiser for Biden where he brought in $30 million. Impressive, right? Like he must really believe in the guy. But wait, within weeks he wrote a scathing op-ed calling on Biden to drop out. Now, 2 weeks after tearing Biden a new one, Clooney is saying Biden is a hero for saving democracy, and he endorsed Kamala Harris for president. That kind of flip-flopping would make Mitt Romney jealous. Clooney has said that he will wait at least a month before he calls on Kamala to step down. The mainstream media is now comparing Joe Biden to George Washington. Yep, the guy on the dollar bill versus the guy who sometimes forgets where he put his.
George Washington in 1795 said, if democracy is going to work, political leaders have to leave power. Joe Biden is doing exactly the same thing.
Still don't believe me? Then how do you explain this?
Joe Biden on the first night of the Democratic National Convention, essentially giving George Washington's farewell address, saying, for the good of my country, I am stepping down and handing over to a new generation.
He will be mentioned in the same sentence as George Washington.
George Washington crossed the Delaware River in a daring surprise attack. Joe Biden crossed the stage at the debate without losing his way. Oh, scratch that. He needed Jill to make it across. George Washington rode a horse into battle. Joe Biden rode a bike. Kind of. Comparing Biden to George Washington is like comparing a participation trophy to the Nobel Prize. I mean, they're both awards, but one just has a bit more weight. So, Joe Biden is just like George Washington. They were both born in the same year, and they both have white hair. Tune in next week when they compare Kamala Harris to Abraham Lincoln. Because why not? Democratic Representative Jasmine Crockett, who co-sponsored legislation to strip former President Trump of Secret Service protection, questioned the director of the Secret Service about bias training during a hearing about the rally where Trump was shot.
One of my questions has to do with if you have any bias training that your officers undergo, and that there usually is not a perception of a threat when it is a young white male, even if they are carrying a long gun.
So Crockett's solution to provide better protection is more bias training? Because obviously the Secret Service looked at the suspect with the rifle and said, oh, he's white, he's probably just a tourist. Thanks for watching Headlines. I'm Wes Austin. Good night.